welcome. I'm Trish. Welcome to my Weird Wednesday reading. If you've come in for true crime or from the picker cards, then this is probably not for you. We go down some rabbit holes in these reads. Now, my new deck has arrived in. So the size that I used to read on was about this size. I used to read from a 40 deck card. Now I read from a 100 deck card for the Weird Wednesday readings. So excited to be able to work with these cards, bond in with them and understand. It will take me probably a few weeks to work out what they're trying to say to me, but hopefully we'll get there with these ones. Now I've taken a photo of this spread and I've put it to the side so you can read along with me and see what you think. Anything you think too, you can put in the comments below. Now, up and coming in the next few weeks, I've been asked to read on crop circles, so I'm going to have a look at that. And also I've been sent a footage of a discovered mummified alien, so we're going to have a little look at that one as well. But what we're reading on today is there's been a lot of alien contact, been a lot of sightings around the world, one in Vegas, sightings in now it's not telling me the name of the town. It's like a little village, but I feel like it's unconnected to this one. That's why it's not letting me have that information, because I feel like that could be a completely different thing to what's going on here. But what it's saying here, what we're looking at here is why all this recent contact, what's going on here, why are they here, why are they coming here, why are they making contact. Now we've got the card down the bottom that says contact. They are making contact. They're making contact. I feel like they're coming in to detox the earth, because we've got the detox right next to us. But what I'm getting, and because it's got the toxicity up the top, so what it feels like to me, they're coming in and they're checking, because I'm kind of like seeing them. They're assessing the planet and they're assessing the level of toxic energy that's going on here, because we've got the earth energy down here as well. It says cover up, but what I'm reading this here as, it's making me feel like they're coming in to check the nature and the earth, and they're just checking the levels of toxicity that's going on here on the earth at the moment. Now I'm feeling like it says exchange, but I'm not getting an exchange, because I've got a few little energy cards here as well. It's like they're checking the energy levels or the life force, and they're making sure some of it feels almost to be like the Watchers, or like, the sense that I'm getting is like the seeded earth scenario, the seeded earth rabbit hole. So where beings came in and seeded earth, or the population here, and it's like they're coming in just checking on their creations, because I'm getting it here with the sun and life force. They're checking to see if everything's good. So good for you. They're checking the levels to make sure they're good for us, or good for us. This feels to be a very positive reading. I don't feel like it's related to every contact, or definitely not related to every contact. That's why they weren't giving me the name of the other one I was thinking about, because it's very different. It has more of a negative connotation to it. This one's feeling like some of the races, like the creation races. I thought I had Anunnaki. When I was shuffling, the Anunnaki card did fall out. It's giving me that sense of they're just coming in, checking up on their creation, making sure that the energy here is still good for us, because what I'm seeing is a level of toxicity, and that the earth is needing a detox. So God knows how a detox is done. This could also go back to what I'm seeing from the harmonics card. You can see there on the screen. The harmonics is making me think about like the Tartarian Empire. So where that was cover up. See down the bottom, the cover up card. So where it's like covered over and started again. There's no other card here that indicates it. But what I'm seeing is that they're looking at future races. Here you've got the future card. So they're looking at if the earth is sustainable for future races. So they're coming in and assessing the toxicity level here. Now, I don't feel like this is like climate change or anything like that. It's more about the energy or the toxicity levels, and if they're safe for human consumption, for future human consumption, or future breeding programs, or future I'm getting breeding programs. So it's like, do they need to come and do something, because the energy here is unproductive to the breeding programs, is what I'm hearing. So whether that is DNA, because I was shuffling before and I saw the DNA card, and I was thinking, oh, do I want to read on DNA today and talk about how, the creation of our DNA, if it's mixed with anything, and just do a little bit of an in-depth reading on DNA, which I think I'd like to do that. Also to see if there's been changes to the structure of our DNA, or if there's any future changes coming up to the structure of our DNA in either a negative or a positive way. So I did want to have a look at DNA, but it won't be today. But that came up, and that's why it's coming back to me now, being that they're looking at the breeding program, and if this is still a viable planet or a viable place for their breeding program or their DNA, however that works. So the DNA program they did, if we're still a viable planet for that, they're coming in and just assessing, doing an assessment of the fertile grounds is what I'm getting. I'm hearing like it's like they just wanted to make sure if we're still fertile grounds, being human bodies too, I guess. Like are the people still fertile? Like fertile, is it still fertile grounds for their breeding programs? Is what I'm hearing. Whether that be the earth itself, if the earth is toxic, or the human DNA is toxic. Don't know. So anyway, I'll be looking forward to doing that DNA deep dive. Yeah, because that's what I'm getting there. Something is toxic, whether it's the earth is currently toxic, the earth air is, or atmosphere is toxic, or the human bodies are not a toxic place. Like the DNA is toxic. Something's toxic going on around us, interfering with their breeding program and the future direction that they want to go with the breeding problem. There's an issue going on there, and they're just coming in to check that, and they're checking up on that to make it sure it's still a good place, a good vibrant, fertile place for that to happen. Also, I quickly got something else in there then. Sometimes if you don't say it straight away, you lose it. Don't lose it. It's gone. Sorry, that one went. Okay, fire. So we've got two things going on here. We've got the fire, and we've got the laser. I feel like I feel like I've got to be very careful about what I say here as well. Um, the toxicity levels could somehow be related to either the tower radiation or the laser technology that's going on, could be causing some kind of toxicity, because we've got the melting fires up here as well. Now, I don't want to say too much because it is YouTube and it's very censored here. So I'm hoping that you're following along with me in what I'm saying. The sense that I'm getting here is that one of the issues of the toxicity could be, and I'm getting that's a change card there, could be the watch where I'm pointing, this one, and this one. So it's like radiation, laser technology causing some kind of toxicity energy that then the earth needs detoxing from. Okay, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's not like a clean wipe out Tartarian style detox. Okay. A lot of us are not aware of what's going on around. So, we're not all seeing the encounters. We're not all seeing this going on behind the scenes. So it's like this is going on when we're sleeping, or this is going on when we're not aware. We're not aware of these things, even if like people that are into this stuff and they've got their eyes open and they feel like they're really switched on and have their eyes open. I feel like, yeah, there's still more to it. There's more behind the scenes going on that we're not being told about. We're not given access to. We can't see it as it's happening. And I'm feeling like, yeah, it's going on. We're not allowed to see it. It's still going on, and we're not allowed to see actually what the whole earth and the humanity is all about. There's more to that. Okay, conduit energy could be okay, an energy exchange could be that, like the human energy and how they, some beings feed off our energy. It could be something to do with that. I don't know. I feel like they're different. They're different races here. There's different races going on here. But there's something going on here about this exchange of energy, or how the energy is being used, and how the energy doesn't feel to be pure, or doesn't feel to be like detox is needed. It's toxic. The energy that they use to feed from is toxic. It's not what they needed. It's something wrong with it. It needs cleaning. They're looking for an alternative energy source up here. Looking for an alternative energy source. Okay, so let's have a little skim over to see if I've read everything. So I'm reading these into a sentence. Okay, so there's like the fires, melting heat. The fires and the melting heat laser technology could indicate like a cleansing. A cleansing is needing. So fires are cleansing. Fires are very cleansing. So that can indicate that cleansing's needed, detoxing, toxicity. There's a cleansing coming, or there's a cleansing taking forward in order that's good for us. That is good for us. It says it's good for you. It says it's good for the earth. It's good for the energy. Lots of flowers here on this card are very healthy, vibrant, fertility or fertile earth. Down here is the same, it's fertile, even though it's saying that there's a cover up going, being in the sleeping card above, saying that these things are going on behind the scenes. We can't see, it's like distraction. We cannot see what's going on. We're either asleep. Or we're not seeing it, then we're not being allowed to see what's going on here. But I feel like they're coming in and they're cleansing up they're cleaning up the energy. So these could actually, I'm wondering if this is like the good side or the bad side coming in to, they need to change the energy source. The energy source is toxic, and they're cleansing it, they're cleansing the earth for them to get a better energy source. We're not aware of this as it's going on, and it's being done through maybe laser technology. But there is contact being made and reaching out, it says. Okay, that was very interesting. What are we looking at? Around about 15 minutes. So it's a quick read here. Anything else you want to tell me about this one here that we're just going to put over the top here? Is this a good race of aliens or a bad race of aliens? Let's have a look at this. Is this a good race or a bad race? Do they have humanity's interests here for the general population? Okay, a couple of things going on here. Okay, first of all, there is like an opportunity portal. Opportunity portal indicates like a different way of doing things, or a different place, going to a different place, taking us to another level. Here is contained, locked inside the dome. So it's like they're trying to contain this toxicity. They're trying to contain it and eliminate it, clean it up, detox it. They're trying to contain whatever this is that's going on around it. They're trying to contain it. Now over here, when I said this one, he's reminding me of like the Tartarian energy, like the mud floods that happened to the Tartarian Empire. The Tartarian Empire has come up here as well. And this one here is Revelations End Times. Okay. What I was thinking when I was shuffling the cards, and I'm sorry to laugh because sometimes you've got to try and be light with these things, like you've got to keep them light. So this could, if I really wanted to, I could read this in a very dark and scary way, but I'm not going to. But it has the potential for me to do that. But yeah, I'm not doing that. I feel like this stuff's playing out behind the scenes because it's here. It's being covered up and playing out behind the scenes, which means it doesn't really affect us. We're not affected by it. We're not seeing what's going on here. Okay. And the question that I did ask was, is this for the good of humanity? And what it's saying is that we are contained inside something gated. Here's gated. We are contained. I'm just reading this in a different way now. When I asked, is this for the good of humanity, it's saying that we are being contained inside a gated area, almost like like the Tartarian Empire. That's ancient architecture also is what it says, and Revelations End Times. Okay. Okay, we've got the alien card here. So it's like the different races, a different race or the alien race. It says it's the alien card. What what's going on is beyond our comprehension. It's like we're asleep, we can't see what's going on, we're not aware of it's being covered up, but it's being taken, it's on a different level, it's in a different realm, different level, different race, like bigger races above us, and it's like they're doing all this in the dark behind the scenes. We're not being told. Almost feels like we're like cattle in a on a property, and the farmers have to do what they have to do to move them from one property to another property, but they're not going to go to each individual cow, make contact with each individual cow and say, okay, we're taking you up to a different paddock because this paddock's bad now. It's not as the new paddock we're taking you to is more fertile grounds, it's better grounds. This is an analogy that they're giving me. So, but they're not coming to each individual cow and saying, okay, we're going to be moving you up to this property for your own good because it's fertile grounds and much less toxic than the paddock that you're currently sitting in. How about that? Yeah, and I'll laugh again because that's pretty full on. That's pretty full on. But I don't feel like there's nothing to be fearful of here. I'm not feeling fearful energy. I'm feeling like it's for humanity's good because, like, the little paddock that we're in is maybe a little bit polluted or toxic, or something's going on inside of our body with our genes or something, and it's polluted. And I feel like they're trying to fix that for it's their breeding program, and it's their program that they're trying to clean up and make better. So they're doing that for our good. Then they're not hurting those cows, is what they showed me. Those cows are not being slaughtered. Those cows are being moved to a more fertile, better area. So that's the most positive spin that I can put on this. And that is the analogy that they gave me. So, that's what I'm going with. So thank you for joining me with this beautiful new deck. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And I will see you again next week with either crop circles, or we'll have a look at the found mummified alien. So I look forward to that one, and I will see you again next week.